Good morning, almost afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. We're going to get started in about 1 minute. There are some more seats up here. They might have reserve cards, but you're more than welcome to sit on all of them. And we have waters in the red buckets, ice waters. Anybody wants any? Raise your hand, I'll grab one for you. It's hot.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, and welcome to the grand opening of Manzanilla Commons. Woo! I feel like I can safely say, look what we all did, because it takes a community to do this, to make this happen. I am Brandy Woodard. I'm Chief of the Housing Voucher Programs at Fresno Housing. It's truly exciting to celebrate with all of you today as we mark the transformation of a site that once symbolized instability into a place of permanence, purpose, and pride. Manzanilla Commons is more than a new development. It's part of a broader vision, a vision that reimagines the Parkway Drive corridor, not as a forgotten stretch of highway, but as a neighborhood worthy of investment, care, and community. This project reflects the power of adaptive reuse and intentional design to create housing that meets both today's needs and tomorrow's promise. Of course, a project like this doesn't happen on its own. It requires a shared vision and relentless partnership. I want to take a moment to recognize the many individuals and organizations that made Manzanilla Commons possible. From our local and state government partners to philanthropic supporters, architects, builders, and most importantly, the residents who inspire and guide our work every single day. Without our partners, we wouldn't be able to do the work we do. So we've got a long list of partners to thank. California Department of Housing and Community Development, California Tax Credit Allocation Committee, City of Fresno, the County of Fresno, PNC Bank, U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, Pro West Constructors, R.L. Davidson Incorporated Architects, the Kresge Foundation, the California Endowment, Fresno Housing Real Estate Development Team. I'm going to go off script here and add a couple to this. I'm going to say Fresno Housing Management Division and Fresno Housing Choice Voucher Team. Because you build it, but then we got to fill it. Fresno Housing Real Estate, I already said that. City and County Boards of Commissioners, state and federal legislative offices, and our partners providing on-site services. Turning Point of Central California, Live Again Fresno. This is what collaboration looks like. A once vacant property transformed into 63 deeply affordable homes. It's the result of public and private partners coming together to answer the call for safe, dignified housing. And this right here, right now, is what community looks like. And now it's my privilege to introduce someone who leads with unwavering commitment to affordable housing, Fresno Housing CEO, Tyrone Roderick Williams.
Oh, thank you, Brandy. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Oh, and it's going to get warmer, so we've got a shorter program, and we've got water and refreshments. But at Fresno Housing, we have a mission. And our mission is more than a statement. It's a promise to create and sustain affordable housing and vibrant communities. Manzanilla Commons is our mission in action. This project isn't just about units. It's about equity. And I know that's a controversial word right now, but this project is about equity. It's about bringing resources to a long disinvested neighborhood. It's about creating access, creating housing for people who need it, and it's about transformation of land, of systems, and of lives. Thanks to HomeKey, funding from the state, for our second time, we are able to turn a former motel into permanent homes for individuals and families who deserve a real place to land, to rest, and to thrive. The state investment is a model for what's possible when we move boldly and collectively. Parkway Drive has a difficult history, and today we're about continuing positive change to the landscape, making Park Place a place of pride. We're investing in neighborhoods that have waited a long, long time to see development. Housing is not just the end goal. It's the foundation. It's the foundation for education, for economic stability, for safety. With 63 new units here, we're not just building apartments, we're building opportunity. So, including this development, we have over 2,600 developments across the city of Fresno and 4,200 units across Fresno County. To our funders, our incredible design team and real estate team, all the people that Brady just mentioned, and every employee at Fresno Housing. It takes all of us to make projects like this possible. And we thank you for your commitment to partnership and collaboration. Now I'd like to introduce, talking about key partners and collaborations, Fresno County Board Supervisor Brian Pacheco.
Thank you, Tyrone. Well, you could tell the heat is out because that is the shortest I've ever heard Tyrone give a speech. So, and we really appreciate that, and I will follow suit with that. So as he said, I'm Brian Pacheco, Fresno County Supervisor, and I too appreciate the additional new low-cost housing, especially in District 1. And as this former motel has been transferred into a 63 unit complex for a range of different residents. Studio apartments for single residents and up to 3 bedrooms for families, and that's just fantastic. There's also energy efficient upgrades to keep our power bills low, a community room to serve as a meeting place, playground, dog park, and as we see behind, a community garden with cow troughs. That's just amazing. That's innovation there. The families and individuals living here will have the dignity and the pride of living in newly renovated units that they can call their own, and all of us deserve that opportunity. I'm proud to say that the county has been a partner, and we also have additional projects moving forward with 48 additional units on Parkside Inn just down the road here, and as we heard in the paper last week, 88 additional units at a project in Sanger. Again, on behalf of the County of Fresno, I want to thank the Fresno Housing, the State HomeKey Program, the City of Fresno for revitalizing this area and to make it a place that residents are proud to call home. And now, without further ado, it is my privilege and honor to introduce the one and only, the Mayor of Fresno, Mr. Jerry Dyer.
Oh, missed me. Thank you, Tyrone. It's an honor to be invited to participate in that. I say, Tyrone says, our premier housing, affordable housing developer in Fresno right here is Fresno Housing. And so thank you for everything you do. You know, you can determine the importance of an issue by the number of people that show up. And if you look around today, you can understand why you're all here. It's the importance of housing in our community. Several years ago, we put together a One Fresno housing strategy, and it was a result of the increase in demand for housing within our community. And it didn't take us long through that study to learn that we are in a housing crisis. We're in a housing crisis in Fresno. We're in a housing crisis in America. But thanks to partners like this and all of you here that are present, we are meeting that crisis head on. In fact, when I became the mayor the year before, there was only 88 housing projects that were occurring in the city of Fresno. This year we have 800 affordable housing projects that will be built in the city of Fresno. And next year we have in the pipeline 1,600 affordable housing units. And for that, we can be very, very proud as a community. And it takes partners. It takes partners like Fresno Housing, Valley Teen Ranch, where I just came from. We just opened up the first youth-focused modular housing, affordable housing in the city of Fresno for foster youth, 95 units. So a lot of people are stepping up and doing their part, but none is more than Fresno Housing. And today we stand here, and it's it really is, you heard him say, the transformation. We're transforming what once was a vacant 98-unit motel. A motel that I spent much of my time as a police officer at because of the level of crime that we had here. The shootings, the human trafficking, the drug sales, other types of violent crimes that were occurring, children that were being victimized right here on this property. And so it is a transformation, transforming the property and again, transforming the lives of people who be living here. The city of Fresno is proud to make an investment of $3.5 million into this project. And it's not an investment into the project. It's not an investment into the buildings or this development. It's an investment into the lives of people, the people who live here, investing in their future because we know their lives will be transformed as a result of having stability in housing. And I hope it sends a statement, you know, that this housing in Fresno is not just a priority, it is the priority for us. And this project, you know, oftentimes we hear about affordable housing projects not having quality. Well, I can tell you when Fresno Housing builds, it's with quality. And in this particular case, the amenities that it provides with the tot lot, basketball court, dog park, community center, those are qualities that I think we can all appreciate. And it's a place where kids can come, make new friends, and just as important, to make new memories. And so as families, as we cut the ribbon today, I want us to think of the families that will be opening up a new chapter in their lives. And as these families go through their doors of their particular housing unit, I want us to realize that they're opening the door to a new future, a future that is filled with hope and prosperity. And so I'm very fortunate to be a part of this. I'm thankful to be a mayor involved in these projects, and also grateful to be able to introduce our next speaker, who is the council member of this district, also a champion of housing, Councilmember Arias. Huh?
Thank you, Mayor. And Supervisor asked me to keep it short and to the point, so I will, Supervisor, just for you. But I do want to take a moment to reflect on, before we kick off the celebration and finish it, I think in order for us to celebrate the now, we must reflect on how we got here and what obstacles we overcame. In 2019, we nicely requested and asked the motel owners to stop renting their spaces to human and drug trafficking, and they didn't. We nicely asked them to fix their facilities, and they didn't. We nicely asked the county to stop funding and placing the unhoused residents that needed a place to be, not here, because they were sustaining that marketplace, and they didn't. We asked the police department to start arresting and enforcing drug crimes and human trafficking crimes more aggressively, and they couldn't. We went so far as to asking the Johns not to recommit in this behavior by not posting their photos on Facebook like we would anyone else who's charged with a crime, so that they could hopefully not do this again if we save them the embarrassment. But yet, they didn't. Instead, they continued. So in 2019, we got a little van by Fresno EOC, and we had then Police Chief Dyer, our city attorney, 3 council members, so we don't violate the Brown Act, and a whole bunch of other folks, and we toured these motels. We gave the owners a couple weeks heads up that we're coming, and we got to see it firsthand. The lipstick on the pig, the walls that were being painted over, the gang signage, the drug activity on site, the human trafficking taking place right in front of us as the guy with all the badges was coming off the bus, and it was just regular business for them all along the corridor. So we tried asking the nice way. We tried pleading with them, but it didn't work. So that got us to take a different approach. We demanded that they change their behavior. We developed a plan and executed the plan. And in that plan was to acquire the properties. If you won't fix it, then we'll take the property and we'll fix it. And one of the many organizations that we didn't have to ask nicely to join us in that effort was the Housing Authority. Over the last few years, the city and the Housing Authority, with the support of the county, have actively acquired most of these motel properties. And one by one, use them to house the unsheltered, but also converted them to permanent housing like this one is being converted. We stopped asking and we simply started demanding better performance from everyone involved, and it's turned out to result in this kind of improvement. The noise behind you was one of our many requests. We asked Caltrans to put up a sound wall, which is a brick wall. And they told us that all their sound studies determined that a sound wall wasn't necessary if you live right next to a freeway. Unless, of course, it was an affluent area, and then you got a sound wall automatically. But we stopped asking and demanded, and a sound wall went up, which allows us to have this conversation outdoors today. So I simply want to say thank you to all those who've partnered with us so far, to the Housing Authority for your leadership. There's been many opportunities to take the off-ramp in this difficult partnership, but you didn't. And as a result, families will call this home. To the County of Fresno, Supervisor Pacheco, for being a better partner with us and making sure that there's quality housing before we start cutting government checks to landlords. For the City of Fresno, for committing the resources of policing and subsidizing the construction of these projects so that families could live here. And now my hope is that as residents of this area, you also now take over the demanding, expecting more of us. You are now residents of the City of Fresno, no matter where you started and where you were last month. You're now resident of District 3, and we expect the most of you, which is to demand that we sustain this level of improvement. And I look forward to the other properties down the corridor also being converted to high quality housing. As a gesture of our commitment to make sure that you're residents of this city, we do have baseball tickets to a city-owned suite, which happens to be owned by you, for the August 30th game. So we'll be happy to distribute those baseball tickets so that all the residents from here can go to a baseball game in the stadium that they own and that is part of their city. So thank you all and congratulations to everyone.
Thank you. I do want to take a second and just ask for our city and board commissioners to stand up. So everyone, they really support the work we do. They're amazing, they're supportive, they're awesome, all the good things. Thank you. So Tyrone, if you could please join me at the podium. I'd like to invite our legislative officials to come up for certificate presentations. Office of Senator Ana Caballero.
Where's our photographer? Okay. So
Front and center.
Right center. Okay. All right. Thank you. No, thank you.
Office of Congressman Jim Costa.
Just a handshake.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Tyrone.
All right.
For you.
What?
Better lighting.
Thank you.
And Office of Assembly Member Dr. Joaquin Arambula.
How are you? Good to see you. How are we looking?
Now I would like to invite the Fresno Housing City Board of Commissioners Chair, Ms. Sharon Williams.
They remind me, 2 minutes. Hey. Yeah. All right. They already told you who I am. They don't like me already. Okay. I'm so glad to see you all, especially my friend, who I've been up under for over 25 years. Mayor, you call him Mayor. He'll always be my chief. And to everyone here, as a resident who do live on one of our sites, I want to say before, and I have no idea who's getting the key here today, but thank you. Thank you from the county. Thank you from the city. Thank you from the state. Thank you from the Senate. Thank you from the district. From us to you, we want to say thank you. And to make it short, I heard it. To make short, and I'm a minister, so I'm going to take it there. In part of our job is to make sure we don't just vote and approve money that walks across the room and all of that. It's for uplifting, it's for sustaining, it's for reviving, it's for reviving communities that look like this. And it's for people like me and people like you that said, you want me to get a job? I can't think about a job. I don't have a place to live. You want me to come up with some money? I ain't got no money. My babies don't have a bedroom to sleep in. You want me to do better than make better accessible? I don't have a place to put my family. Some of them have come out of cars. Some of them are sleeping on sidewalks. Some of them come out of drugs. Who cares where they come from? What they're saying to the city is, do you see me? Do you hear me? Then if you do all that, will you answer me? Today there's an answer. And I believe that heaven put a group of people together that says we not only heard your prayers. God is the kind of God that answers prayers. And he does it in a group of people. And look to your left, to the right. I had to look to my left, to my right, and look back. And took a deep breath with a new set of keys in my hand and said, yeah. All I could say, sitting on the floor, no furniture, was, yeah, he heard me. He heard me. And working the ministry, there's a lot of different categories, but the one gift that I believe heaven has done today is called the gift of helps. You can do a whole lot of stuff, but the gift of helps is where you minister into the need of the person without asking questions how you got there. Because who cares how they got there? I'm here. And that's what I pray. I don't know if the devil sent it. I don't know if you trying me. I don't even know if I did it by myself. All I know is I needed to stop. Enough is enough. When you sit down and you don't know where you're coming or where you're going. So for the family that's here today, whether you're senator, Congress, whether you're city, county, state, housing authority, thank you. Thank you. I want to say from the hearts of residents that's going to walk in that door, to the little girl that's going to have a new room, to the little boy that ain't had a bed in a long time, for the woman who don't know how she was going to make it, and for the man to say, I can't take care of my family because I ain't got a place to put them. For all of them, to all of you, thank you for hearing the call of heaven and being in a group that says, you're helpers, you're ministering. And that's called the ministry of helps. Thank you.
I get to join you. You talk about residents.
Yeah.
Well, it has become a tradition that in addition to cutting the ribbon, we present the ceremonial key. And so Lizzie is our resident today. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
So on behalf, Lindsay, on behalf of you and all of the residents who will call Manzanilla Commons home, we want to present you with the ceremonial key, and we know that this is an answer to prayer.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate it, and we are very thankful for the apartment.
Thank you. All right. we'll look at the photographer. Go on to center. You're here. Oh, okay. How about we're going to scoot over a little? We're going to shift to the right.
She said, he said shift to, oh, in front?
Oh, okay. I was like, we'll get it out.
Oop. Well, I'll just hold it. I'd like to thank our guests and speakers for taking time to celebrate with us. We have some light refreshments in a beautiful community room, and we have some units available for you to tour, which I suggest that you do. They look amazing. And now it's time for our official grand opening. Woo! Am I the only one? If I can have our speakers and Fresno housing officers join us for the ribbon cutting.
Hi everyone, the ribbon cutting is a little bit different just because of the smaller space. So it's over by the community space right over here, kind of where you walked in from. So we're gonna have our guest speakers first do the first ribbon cutting with Brandy and Tammy and Christina Stokes-Johnson from the development team. We're gonna go ahead and go all the way over by the tot lot.
We're gonna scream and yell.
Okay, do I cut this time?
3, 2, 1.
Oh, God. All right.